a lot of people today with YouTube, making Torah just a button away. Just literally, you could, if you want to learn Torah, just press a button. You have Torah from anywhere in the world. You can get the biggest rabbis in the world. You can get a local rabbi that's recording a shiurim. Anyone that wants to learn Torah, it's never been easier to learn Torah than today, which means that it's that much more responsibility on us to learn. No one can come to Shamayim, and when they ask him the first question, did you make time for Torah? He says, no, I wasn't sure where I can learn. Oh no, I didn't have time. What do you mean you didn't have time? You were in a car during the day? Yes. You were always in a car for 2 minutes? No, I was in a car for a half hour, for an hour, 2 hours. Okay, so why don't you put a disc? Oh yeah, I didn't have discs. Okay, so what about you have internet on your phone? Yeah, I had internet on my phone. Okay, so why don't you press YouTube here, Shiur Torah, whatever you want to learn, Parashat Shavua, Musa, whatever you want to learn, press the button. So no one can come to Shamayim when they ask him this first question, which is whether you did what you were obligated to do, which is learn some type of Torah every day. No one can say, listen, I have a real excuse. No one has a real excuse. Now, the question is, how much Torah are we obligated to learn? There are some people that we know that are learning Torah literally 15, 16, 17 hours a day, and they don't feel like it's enough. Mamash, they don't feel like it's enough. I talked to my chavruta, Rabbi Chaim Kachlon, Mamash, big Talmid Chacham, and already before the age of 20, finished the Shas 4 times. He's written already and published maybe 10 or so books. He has another 39 that he's working on, and he just turned 27. At 27 in America, people just learn how to change their own diaper. Go to for 27 years old in America. So somebody, mamash, big Talmid Chacham. So I talked to him, and he says, yeah, you know what? It's not good. I'm like, well, it's not good? He goes, I'm not learning enough. I'm learning enough. He learns 16, 17 hours a day. That's a normal day. Some days even more. So when we learn each, Baruch Hashem, we learn many times during the week, but we have a shiur kavua, we have a regular session that we've had for many years, every Thursday, which on the average we learn anywhere from 4 to 7 hours straight. And obviously with the time difference, that means he doesn't sleep. He already learned in the kollel all day. He finished the kollel. He came home, helped the wife a little bit with a few things. You have to help the wife, shlom bayit. That's it. Takes the break, starts the shiur with me, and we continue learning all the way until the next day. He goes to Nesse, prays, and he doesn't go to sleep once he gets home. He has to help his wife cook for Shabbat. Wow. So this is mamash Talmid Chacham. So on one hand, you're saying, okay, he's saying he's not learning enough. On another hand, you have most of the Jews in the world. If they learn 5 minutes a day, it's a miracle. So what are we really obligated? The obligation of someone is to make time to learn Torah every day, and each person has to do it and learn based on their own level. If you are at a beginner's level, that means that you have to learn some type of Torah every day. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, that's fine. That's the way I started. I started with 15 minutes a day, learning Torah. You have 24 hours in a day, 15 minutes. You waste either smoking cigarettes, going to buy an extra coffee. 15 minutes is nothing. In the car, in a book, on YouTube, wherever you want. But one major obligation that you have, especially when you're a Baal Tshuva and you're new to it, is to learn something you're interested in. You're not allowed to learn, and I'm not talking about you shouldn't. I'm talking about you're not allowed to learn something you're not interested in. Why you're not allowed? Because somebody that's brand new, the Torah already is difficult for him. It's already brand new. It's already something that's completely different than everything we've ever learned in our life. So if someone's learned business their whole life, they learned about money, they learned about the world here, and you tell them, listen, Torah, Chazal, all these mystical things, all of these things about how to change our traits, how to change our personality to make ourselves better, it's completely different than the secular learning that's out there. So if you start teaching him things that he's not interested in, then easily he's going to say, listen, you know what, thank God I didn't learn Torah my whole life. It could turn into a chilul Hashem. It could turn into something bad. He could start thinking that the Torah is not interesting. The Torah is so wide that if all of the ocean, according to Chazal, if all of the ocean turn into ink and all of the trees turn into pens, it wouldn't be enough to even write 1% of the Torah. 1%. I'm not talking about all of the Torah, or half, or 20%. 1% of the Torah, with all of the ink in the world, you can't. Torah is huge, so of course there's interesting things for everybody. Some people like the mystical things. Other people like the musal. They like to better themselves as people. Some people like things that are relevant to business. There's Masechtot about Masechet Bava Metzia, Baba Batra, Baba Kama. They talk a lot about business. Some people like to learn the stories of the Torah. They see, things in the Chumash, things about the tzaddikim. Whatever it is, find something you're interested in. And little by little, you'll see that not only are you enjoying it, but you're putting yourself in a situation where you end up learning other things. And little by little, those things that you used to think were boring, now have become something interesting. But that's the main obligation, is to learn something that you're interested in. Now, what about going to shulim? A lot of people today say, listen, I learn my Torah, I watch YouTube. Have a lot of the guys that come here. Usually, we used to get more people than we have today. But Baruch Hashem, we have people every time. But some people say, listen, you know what? I'm doing a few other things. I'll watch the shiur on YouTube. Baruch Hashem, it's good. They learn on YouTube. It's good as long as they're learning. But what's the advantage of coming to a shiur? According to Masechet Brachot, it says that most people, if they go to a lecture, and the darshan, the person that's teaching Torah, is good, knows what he's talking about. Most people are not only not going to understand, but most people are not even going to remember most of what he says. It's just natural human flaw. We're not all big Talmidim Chachamim that everything you say, somebody says to you, remember every single word. Most of what people say, you're not going to remember. It's no fault of your own. It's the same thing with me, same thing with everybody. So Hashem says, listen, someone who learns Torah has to get tzchar, has to get the reward. So since they're not going to remember most of the stuff, how do you give them a reward for something they don't remember or they don't understand? So most of the schar, most of the reward that somebody gets for going to shiur Torah is the actual travel to the shiur Torah.
Also the intention.
The intention, yeah, but the intention, in essence, you put into it in action, because somebody could say, listen, if it's just intention, then I could just sit at home and say, listen, I wanted to go to shiur Torah, but you know what, I got tired. That intention is flawed. So you have to put your intentions into action. A lot of Israelis say, they have an expression, ani dati balev. I'm religious in my heart. They don't keep anything. They kiss the mezuzah 87 times a day. They go to the Knesset for an hour before Yom Kippur is over. A lot like we used to do. Same thing. No different. It's not frowning upon them or making fun of them. This is just the reality that we live in today. So they can say, no, ani dati balev. I'm religious in my heart. I believe in God, but I don't feel like doing what he says. Because I don't think it's relevant to today. That's what we were talking about yesterday's lecture. Really interesting. The guys were telling me, listen, maybe it changed. Maybe the Torah changed. Right now it's 2015. We're going to 2016. Maybe keeping Shabbat without driving to shul, maybe it's not really relevant anymore. Because they didn't have cars back then. So this couldn't be farther from the truth.
It's the opposite.
But exactly, it's the opposite. But nonetheless, people really believe that. People truly believe that if they have a right intention, and that's enough. So the intention needs to be put into action into Judaism. Judaism, unlike all other religions, unlike the Islam, unlike the Christianity, Catholicism, we are obligated to put things into action.